Hello and welcome. Let's talk about some crazy stuff. So, I have been downloading some interesting information about diving really deep into what's going on behind the scenes. And it involves things like mermaids and giants and our ancestors. There's things like the movies, the magical ones though, like Marvel and Paranormal Activity. Oh, okay, friends. I forgot. Okay, so Paranormal Activity. Let's get real. Let's get on topic. So there is real phenomenon happening, and the movies told us. At first, we thought it was like, I remember when I was little, 5 years old, watching scary movies, like this stuff from the 80s back to like the horror films. This stuff, we're doing this at night for a reason. This concept of horror and torture and, evil, it was put into the movies. And now we have taken that energy of what evil is and put it into the films, like it's separate from reality. So we can now believe that's in the movies. It's not here. Ohana. No, it's here. We're all one family. The spirit world has always existed, and we've always been interacting with it. The problem is we went off grid, we went offline. There was a time in history where they stopped telling the whole story as to how we went from where we were to where we are today. Is that here? Woman predator. Okay. Ooh. So I just saw something weird. I was shown Lilith or Lucifer or the light. The one that, I don't know the full. Let's just go with Lucifer and Lilith. Woman predator. Scary movies. Separated. And then God came out. With Golden Child, the extension of God, it's been implanted into the films so you could believe it didn't exist, okay? You remember this from being really little, but over time, you were trained to go against the grain. So since you didn't go with the flow, over time you lost memory of all that existed, everything you could see before, which is why kids will watch Trolls and all the colorful rainbow movies. All that vibrancy is from the larger world that most people are not perceiving. And in that grander space, there are all types of entities. All types of all different races. And down here, we're arguing about our issues. There's like a little bit of a smoke. We're now circling back to a time where this isn't going to be so secret. It's been hidden only for a particular amount of time. We've been discovering through epigenetics that genes have been turned off and some genes are turned on. And by this, it determines how the human interacts with life. So if you were nurtured into something that's not of your nature, those genes were turned on and off, vice versa. We're discovering that we can alter and become different genetic codes. So this guy over here could be a merman, and this girl over here could be a fox, human, or have like the power of this, or it's connecting energy. We're circling back around. The movies have been a preparation. The training wheels, what we have been, I'm sorry, the smoke, what we have been clouded with. It's like smoky. We've been, we've been put in this like society where we're rushed and pushed, and we don't stop and slow down enough to even notice what's still, because all energy vibrates. Literally everything is vibrating, but for some reason everything seems like it's solid, because we're focused on a limited space. Our imagination can go bigger and grander and larger depending on how we focus our brain. We only use certain parts of our hemisphere and access, the codes that are determined by our environment. So if our parents or caregivers and teachers and leaders were trained to be very limited, then all the dormant DNA turns off, stays vacant until a time in society when it's needed again. And here we are, where we watch things like Marvel and Spider-Man and sci-fi. We've already created everything we can to continue to deflect this, deflecting the fact that all of this is real. We just, for some reason, thought this was a creative way to reawaken the gods, the demigods, the spiritual beings. Children of the divine. This is the glitch in the matrix, guys. It's done. The zeros and ones. You gotta become a zero. You gotta become a zero. Why is that here? Oh, so we had woman predator, Los Angeles, R. Kelly. Oh. So I'm getting an interesting vision of a predator, and there is a trick on society right now, because basically the gods are playing with us. We're their dolls, we're their toys, we're their pawns, and many people follow a legion. So they form a group, a belief around a particular system, and that legion of people, tens of thousands of many usually, create their religions, and then we get put in these categories to these idols, these gods, these higher dimensionals. And many of us choose a spiritual path, and however we choose, because it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. You can worship that God. I can worship this God. You can worship yourself. You can worship the earth. I think anything is an option. And some of them are going to be more powerful than others. And some of them are working for the light and love. And some of them are working for the dark and the bad guys. And places like Los Angeles are deeply infected with this. It's obvious to see the attack. It's not very hidden if you observe reality, or this R. Kelly situation, because with the woman predator, R. Kelly, Los Angeles, I'm seeing this being, this powerful being that is an entity basically that uses other entities to attach to humans to then go work out her biddings, her deeds, however she stays in power, which is really bad because it involves those that are in the most trouble on the planet, like the trafficked and the people that are harmed all the time, especially the naive, young, vulnerable youth looking for a dream in Hollywood, or the lost angels, the forgotten ones, the kids, people all the time that just disappear, you know? There's a lot of humans that are suffering. And the world is at a turning point in our understanding of what's happening around us. And we get to choose how we want to perceive and move forward, because things are shifting and we're being asked to focus our attention on our soul. Because when you live in your spirit, 1144, and you truly allow the Holy Spirit, which is, it doesn't have to be religious, I promise. It's not a religion, but it's a force, right? Like, there's a time when you are fully invested in the spirit world and in submission to the Creator, because you want to be used as an instrument or a tool. Just like a violin plays music, you're willing to be the violin for God, to allow the people to hear the sound of the violin, or to paint a picture or create a story or dance or sing or write poetry, like music. God is very happy, God's plural are very happy when we're in passion. And if we can obtain a frequency of pleasure where we're operating in good and holiness, like separating ourselves from evil deeds, it doesn't mean you don't get to have pleasurable experiences. It means you don't participate in evil deeds. It's totally different. You still can eat cake. You still get to eat cake, and you still get to have sex, and you still get to do what you want to do. It's just there's this excess of adultery, like going above and beyond in evil, where we get societies and cultures that worship and become where we are today, which is like super divided, separated, and going through this remembering love is enough, and build a fortress around your heart. Your heart is what you need to be guarding in this world. You were born and you were forced to get in hurry up and get in the line to rush to your funeral when you were born. Like, they forgot all about all the pause of the joy of the moment, 1414, of how you like get to be present and here and immersed in reality. There's so much going on that they just skip past over. Like, hold on, why are we so focused on this narrative, this story, this? I don't want to hear it anymore. I want to do what I want to do. I want to go play. I want to go paint. I want to go draw. I want to go create. I want to go sing. I want to go dance. I want to go skate. Like, there's all these things that we want to do. But our genetics, our codes, we have been in this camp of hell, of all these mothers that have been poisoned which is this woman predator actually showing me as this entity, this force, this it's an entity, and it attaches itself to mothers to create a poison to their children. And in order to defeat this monster, we have to go against the grain and not sacrifice our daughters. R. Kelly. Because God is asking us to be an extension of the holy and divine. Heaven, the realms of truth, of, where you go and you're not going to be preyed on. Like the place where you're in safety and sanctuary with the Creator. It's that, or it's unprotected, or else you need to become a god. Like there's no other choice. You're either a human that gets to forget everything and have this childlike, blissful experience of being a child, being a kid, being able to imagine and do all this fun, explorative stuff through the 3D, through the physical, and as even an adult, like your soul evolving and your spirit growing. There's so much evolution and art to being a human being. And I see us under spells, many, many, many spells that we have to purify out of our body by getting in alignment with this. Because like I said, those movies are no joke. Sometimes when it gets serious, it gets serious, Sing came out. Start singing. Sing a song, sing something, start singing. I sing every day. I don't care who doesn't like it. Some create reality, some create a fantasy, some create hell. That in itself, I just want to sit on for a second, because some create reality, some create a fantasy, some create hell. Yeah. That's really how it is. Identifying what type of creator you are is that's what's going on in the spirit world. Start deciding what type of creator you are. If you're a God, what are you going to create? What is your extension of the Creator on earth going to look like? How do you express that through your being? How do you show us on earth your relationship with the Creator? What does that look like to you? Because we got so far disconnected from that it's not like purposely trying to make it hard for you to get back to that, but at the same time, you got to learn the contrast of what it feels like. This is the Creator. I'm telling you, Inky is the Creator. I don't know what that means. Just leave it for there. Leave it for now. Even if it's story-based, because we don't have to get too swept up in the fun, but we can. But I see this as a test of loyalty. Loyalty is such a powerful it's such a big thing. I don't have a small one word for it. Amaze. Loyalty with maze, huh? yeah, loyalty doesn't feel like a maze. Loyalty feels like a simple, efficient, normal, makes sense, you know? Fourth house, Gen Y, so millennials. Okay, so we got millennials, fourth house. This is the mother. See the mother with Cancer there? The fourth house. I'm seeing how in the generation of millennials, there was a design to somehow infiltrate the woman. There's a strategic attack done on who wants to be in charge, who wants to take. It's literally a battle of the gods. It really is. And these active wars on the planet are just reflections of that. And it's just about, at this point, identifying who is who. Because there's a lot of people that are on the same team. And instinct. There are a lot of people on the same team. There's a lot of people pretending, playing on the not good team or whatever. Mermaids. Paranormal activity was the first card. So that's like the most relevant card on this. Like, that's what's going on. Los Angeles with the maze. The mother, the entity, the creator. See, this creator, this being, this Inky, which is also, I believe, like, the closest thing I can identify is the path that Jesus took is following this God. I didn't say Christianity and I did not say religion. I said Jesus. Totally different. For me, I feel like there's so many different stories, but let's just keep going. That path puts you under this lead, because I know I talked about legions. So like, I see these forces, these legions, these militant zeros and ones, you know, all these grouped entities, spirits, souls that all want different power or reality or control over what to do with Earth and wherever else they want to do this at. However it works. This may be the only place. I don't care. I'm not thinking that far. But they are interfering with our day-to-day lives, and it's gotten to a point where they have, just like they have the power to make it heaven on earth, they have the power to make it hell on earth, you know? There is a bit of honor and gratitude that goes from the people to the gods, because what I'm seeing is a beautiful earth with so much to give and so much, like, earth is so beautiful. You know what I mean? Like the ocean, the creatures on it, the people, what we've accomplished thus far, and even just the natural world. Like what we can do on the planet, we can have so much fun. And we are in this like gluttonous, greedy, lustful, wrathful, slothful, all of them full reality. And I don't think we're too pleasing to them at this time, because I get it. We're upset. There's a lot going on that we need to do, but that's how we gotta get on the right teams, because this is the time. This is the time. This is time to know where you stand. Like, the movies will tell you the truth. But you got to have discernment. Everything is one. Big turtle. It's just a big turtle. We're just sitting on a big turtle. I lost that train of thought, so I let it go. Panther. Black Panther. Fight, fierce, blend in. Show your power too. Like, I was getting this message earlier about how the ancestors of just like the civil rights time, how they're looking at us like, y'all little lazy butts, get up and work. Get up and do something with your life. Like, I can just see them, I see them and hear them talking about us in ways of like, they're like, I know I didn't march. I know I didn't do this. I know I didn't die for this. I know I didn't step on all this land for this, for y'all to sit on the couch and watch phones. They are so baffled at what we're doing. They're like, get up and fight back. Stop sitting on the couch and doing nothing. They see it because it's coming through. I'm telling you, it's coming through. What's it called? Look, poltergeist, I gotta do it. So I had a vision before I created this video to make the cover that I made, that I chose or whatever. And I was seeing how in the freaking 1980s, if you have not seen that movie, I don't know where you are, but you should watch at least some previews. Watch the movie. And the little girl, Caroline, she's getting sucked into the TV. This was before this made any sense. We didn't think about that kind of stuff because we didn't have the phones. We didn't need all that. We had each other. It was normal. And now it's really here. Now it's really here. We're actually doing it. That is what is happening. We are sucked in to the phones. And our ancestors are like, wake up. Wake up. There's so much happening around you. They have to have us this slow to, not this slow, but like, actually we're moving fast. A beaver and a lion. The hyena. What, I did learn something about hyenas. There's just so many species. There's just so many species and everything's adaptable, and nobody needs to hold on to any of the attachments of the old world. Because we used to think things made sense, and that was getting us through our day. And now nothing makes sense, and every day is gonna change, and it's better to just go along for the ride than to actually try to worry about the future that's coming in. Because again, the species thing, that's what's so real to me right now, is seeing the sky is falling, the glitch, the unveiling. It's just so obvious to see who people really are. The intentions of people right now is very obvious. And you should be able to identify exactly who they are. That's where we are in time. It's instinct. It's instinctual. It's in the frequency, something about coming through the moon with the echolocation, another moon. I was looking at that moon, and then this just double clarified that moon. There's this nighttime frequency. This is like inner earth. There's a lot happening at night. Remember, you're free. No matter how dark and entertaining and fun and crazy and awesome and scary and exciting and dopamine it is, remain fearless and know that you are free, because it's not really going to get any easier. It's only going to keep going up, up, up. It's just going to get stranger and stranger. And don't focus on the confusion. Don't focus on the parts of running through the maze and trying to find the exit. Like, don't even worry about exiting. Exiting is not the goal. It's about being free and taking each experience and test, trial, everything one at a time with what you have right in front of you. Things are going to be happening right in front of you. And it's going to be asking you to choose and say yes or no. It's not like a rush thing. You're not being graded. Don't worry about failing. Yeah. Regal. Just sit on it. Like, I'm the king. I'm the king, okay? Or the queen. I'm on top of it. This is my pride. Be proud. Be confident. I am woman, I am Venus, I am sexy and divine. I need you to get in line. I don't know. Okay, dragonfly, which is the ancestors. So this is like saying, please understand, the technology is such an advantage if you really knew how to utilize this power. The way that you're addicted to the social media is not even an ounce or a speck of the feeling you would get if you could tap in and use that same frequency, that same technology. We can see from where we are. It's like being able to shapeshift into a helicopter or a dragonfly or a mermaid. We talked about that. You're in disguise. All right. We're gonna go away from that for a second. Okay, so the ancestors are heavy right now. They're very, very adamant that I don't stop communicating their truth to you. So, holy fire. They want us to understand this is the battle. You are the foot soldiers in the battle. We are in the spirits, we are in the animals, we are in the trees. We are in the wind, the fire, all of it. You guys are the earth, the humans, the energy, the manifested energy to utilize all of these gifts through. You are the channel. Yeah, you can literally channel any of this. I'm hearing chi energy. I see a lot of excited ancestors. They want you to play the game. You guys like games so much. Play the game. We didn't have the game. Play. Build. Show us what you're made of. You guys are under a spell by the serpent. And you're in submission to it. You submit to the serpent. Oh, shit. Am I still recording? It's the reptiles. Rips. They offed our ancestors. There was power. There's magic. We're literally developing our magic as our defense. We are seriously, it's already here. It's already here to tap into. If you want to start using your gifts, the frequency is available. You can tune in to the channel that's your gift. Your presence here. I'm telling you, your gift is here. You are gifted right now. I really hope you know that your ancestors are saying you are receiving this gift right now. I told you the reptiles. I felt them. They are the ones, I'm telling you. You can access it. The channel is open. Decide what you want to channel through it. August 222. No is a complete sentence. As we're transitioning away from these monsters, remember that no is a pretty simple answer. Like, no, I'm good. Thank you. Bye. I gotta go. Sorry. No thanks. Gotta go. Not interested. I got to go do this thing. Sorry. No. You have to understand these entities are very persistent. We're repairing the veil. Look, I'm telling you. We are repairing the veil and I am holding back because I need you guys to hear me. We are repairing the veil. And when we do that, there will be a distinct separation on the planet. I'm seeing how, if you ever saw The Land Before Time, when Littlefoot was disconnected from his mother and never saw her again. Like, I'm not saying that that's what's happening. I'm not predicting an earthquake. But I am trying to say that there's some fate happening right now and stuff is changing in front of our eyes. Right in front of our eyes. Sky writings. It's written in the sky. time to replenish. It's Feast of Plenty, choices and their consequences. There's that beat again. Spirit of the river, movement towards adventure. Guys, this is so cool. I really think life's about to change so much. So much, like, I'm seeing I don't know what it's called, congressional hearing. I don't even know what that means. But like there's some sort of like high up meeting conversation and they talk about what's going on. There's something being said right now that has been said for years that's like, it's coming. It's coming through. Empty well, time to replenish. Feast of Plenty, choices and their consequences. I think my loving mind is perceiving this as, oh, we're going to replenish the earth, 4141. It's going to be so beautiful. But then the side of me that has a little bit more 2 + 2 = 4 going on, it's like, yeah, but also this says Feast of Plenty, empty well, time to replenish. What are we replenishing? Oh, plenty, Feast of Plenty. What are we feasting on? I don't know. I don't like how that sounds, but I am going to ask if they can further. Oh, there's that card again. This came out today, Thunder. This is the spirits. The buffalo came out, or is communicating a lot because ancestors are literally everywhere. This is just more ancestors with the ancient ones. This is the ancestors talking, guys. They want us to listen. Heed, take heed. Pick up your sword. You better know something. They said, all this access you have, you could learn how to do anything you want, and you guys are lost. They're looking at us like we're stupid. But they're also, you know what they're doing? A lot of these spirits, the ancestors, they're possessing us so they can learn for us, so we can unconsciously allow them to live through us. They said on the money. Keep practicing and doing what you can, but know that connecting to your ancestors, that's why it's been the Elohim, the masters, Jesus, Buddha, freaking all of them, right? There's so many. Archangel Michael. I don't know all of them, but find some because they're recruiting, let's say, have been for a long time, but the door is closing, is closed. I don't know how that works, but they're saying in alignment, like stay in alignment and in the flow, because there are dark arts going on. Soul harvesting, people after us, like there's a lot to be grateful for, and something like having the ability to pretty much access anything we want. We have to focus on knowing what the enemy is here. It's like obviously some sort of design to get us distracted. They're saying don't be so distracted. When you're playing, when you're active, when you're passionate, when you're in love, the things that make you feel free and in your imagination, those are the things that are going to bring you everything you want. Literally everything you want. You're discovering everything is inside of you. It's all playing out through you. It's about seeing, though, choosing to go through what seems like hard work challenge stuff, so you can get back to get back to the flow state where you're the creator, where you're just divine, where you're just at peace, just complete peace. Yeah, we're often pushed into the state of fear. So that we submit and succumb to all these forces and entities around us. But I think everyone that's fought for humanity would agree it's much better to live on your feet than die on your knees. So access your superpower today and believe in yourself a little bit more, that you can do this, and that the gift in the present is what you have. So thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.